Okay, big one. Welcome to the YouTube channel. I am feeling excited because this took a little bit of time to do, but I'm going to explain exactly how I changed my life from going skinny, broke, unconfident in myself to being able to run a personal training business, an online coaching business, and being able to take broken people and transform them into machines and animals. All right. So this is for someone who is feeling stuck in a 9 to 5 or in day-to-day life, and you have no real way or hope of getting out of it, but you know you're meant for more. You've got deep potential. I want to showcase my story and some of the things that I've been through to get where I am today. I was looking back on some photos and some of the things that were happening in my life prior a few years ago, and it really just allows me to sit back with gratitude, knowing how far I have come and some of the things that I made sure that I was going to do to accelerate my life forward. And I want to showcase to all of you exactly how I did the same. So I'm going to give you the blueprint of what I did to go from A to B and massively progress my life forward. So here I am, okay, on the left hand side in a field, all right, on a summer's day, even though grey skies, off my head on MDMA, all right. I would struggle with being skinny, unconfident, and taking recreational drugs to escape my reality that we're in, which was in a 9 to 5 job, stuck, bored, and just wanted some form of excitement on the weekend. Fast forward 5 years from now, I am running my own photo shoots and helping guys do the exact same thing online. And over the course of these years, I have some valuable lessons that I want to showcase to all of you, because I know there's probably a few of you who may feel like the Kyle on the left hand side. So yeah, I just wanted to show that because it fills my heart with gratitude knowing how far I've come and what I've achieved through my own personal development. And there's some massive lessons to go through. And there's a story I want to tell you, boys, because that day when I said I was going to go to the festival and perceive that I was going to have a load of fun, all I did for the 3 days was just absolutely destroy myself. I would love going to nightclubs and music festivals and hit quality music at the DJs, everyone vibing, everyone off the head on drugs. And I really thought that that was a place where I was supposed to be at that time 5 years ago. And when I did this photo shoot a couple of months back, I entered the gym at 7 in the morning. The music were banging, the lights were everywhere, and it was like I'd flipped my life on its head, but in a positive way. And it were like a remarkable achievement for me, knowing that I still had that element of, my old self, but I put it into a newfound project, which were building my body and becoming as strong as possible, really. And here are a few of the things in the blueprint that I did from going from Kyle on the left then to Kyle on the right, and I really want to share it with you. So, what did I do? All right. The first thing and the first step was giving up alcohol and drugs. All right. Now, you might think at the time that drinking alcohol and doing drugs on a weekend is harmless and it doesn't do anything bad. And I don't want to sound like a boring fucker. I don't want to sound someone who's going to lecture you on why they're bad, because everyone knows it. But what this did for me was completely give my life back, and it gave me a lot of focus to be able to focus on myself and not going out and taking drugs and alcohol. I remember a time at my ex-girlfriend's house where we'd ordered some drugs to the house, and she'd gone into the toilet to go get her makeup on, and you know how they do it. And we'd had a bag of MDMA on the bed, and I'd end up, ripping the bag, it's spilling everywhere. And in a panic, I thought, oh, I'll take it all, and hopefully she wouldn't notice like an idiot. And by the end of doing that, it had left me in a state of complete, like, just being a fucking docile idiot on the bed and just off my head on drugs. And that was one of the reasons why it isn't attractive. And she looked at me and was like, Kyle, what the fuck are you doing? So I want to go into detail of how, giving up alcohol and drugs has propelled my life forward, and what it can do for you if you find yourself fall into it on a weekend with your boys. All right. Now, doing alcohol and drugs and going to the same pubs and in the same town, it will keep you around low state people. These are the people, right, who will stay at the same place for 5 to 10 years, be doing the same behaviors, and they will not progress moving forward in life. And I don't want you to have the same life. All right. Agree or disagree with me here, right? But drinking and getting on booze and, having drugs on a weekend, It feels good in the moment, that temporary short hit of dopamine, but every hangover, I would always feel like I had my soul stripped away from heavy drinking. I would feel in a worse position mentally. I'd wasted 200 or 300 quid on a night out, and I just felt absolutely terrible about myself. All right. It literally steals all motivation from your soul, and it takes 3 or 4 days for you to recover. Okay. So doing this over a long term can impact your growth and stunt your growth by a tremendous amount. And I want to just make it so clear that you can find highs through living a purposeful life and a meaning behind taking small quality purposeful action every day than going out and getting off your head on a weekend. Yeah. So going back to wasting time and potential, think of this: if you're investing 100, 200 pounds every single weekend on booze, boys, and going out and drinking and doing drugs, think of it, if you save that for a year, what that could do for yourself. You could invest in course, mentors, and you could do a whole more productive things with your money and time. All right. So the blueprint and the first step with getting my mind right: stop doing drugs and stop doing alcohol. That was the first initial step. By taking this out of the equation, it allowed me and freed up some more time and money for me to start focusing on myself. So now, getting into the best shape of your life is a must, an absolute must, if you want to progress forward. Getting in shape means that you are focusing on building yourself every single day. All right. It gives you a challenge and it gives you a focus to be pushing towards without having short dopamine hits, because getting into the best shape of your life, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes discipline and dedication. If you're half-assed into it, it will not give you the results that you want. So by doing this, it not only gives you a purpose, but it also gives you a cheat code to becoming way more attractive. Girls will notice that you've got bigger arms. The guys will notice that you've been putting the work into yourself. There's no better feeling than when someone comes up and gives you a genuine compliment, because you know you've been putting months and months of time and dedication into yourself. And that is exactly what it did for me. So it's literally a cheat code to being more attractive and more sexy and more, just giving you the whole shebang without having to pay for it. Yeah. Now, a famous quote that I heard was, "The self work instills a self worth." If you go back to that picture of me off my head in at the field doing drugs, I did not feel worthy of myself. I was at a place where I'd fallen out of rugby and I was struggling to find direction in my life. And I didn't feel worthy of even being into a place where I could start progressing and living a purposeful life. So therefore, I would live a life of doing drugs. So when you start putting that work into yourself, it therefore starts putting self-worth, and it gives you that self-love. And that's what another benefit of getting into the best shape of your life. You not only look better, but also gives you the self-worth. Now, it doesn't have to be all crazy, but if you can follow a program and it gets some structure around your training, you will make so much more progress than just winging it at the gym. All right. So whether you follow someone that you like on Instagram, you follow some free YouTube videos, or you actually pay for a program, if you can manage to get a program that fits with your lifestyle, with your training, you will catapult your progress by 10 times faster if you're following something that's structured. Yeah. I say it and I say it over and over. I've said it in different videos. There's no better feeling than when you know you are getting stronger in the gym, and you're getting stronger within your mind as well, because that gives you confidence in other areas around your business, your family, and just general motivation. So this is another thing that you need to look at when you are getting to the best shape of your life, is getting stronger. It does wonders for your confidence. Canal. And when people you haven't seen in a while, months, weeks, they come and see you and they make compliments and they see that you have been putting in the work, it does absolutely wonders. So, guys, a cheat code for getting, propelling your life and changing your life around is getting into the best shape of your life. Okay. Now, the next step for me was finding someone who I admired and who I liked, who had everything that I ever wanted, and literally following their blueprint. So, finding a mentor is an absolutely invaluable piece of advice that I can give you. All right. It doesn't mean that you've got to pay thousands and thousands of pounds to someone who's a multi-billionaire, billionaire. But what you can do is invest into someone who you like, who you trust, whether it's on YouTube or even paying into a smaller course. But if you think you can save £400 to £600 a month from not drinking and doing drugs and start investing into a program, what that can do for your life is it can literally showcase and show you the road to success a lot quicker than you could do it by yourself. All right. It will give you the tools and the knowledge that you've never ever had before. And therefore, it will give you, like I said, a roadmap to success that you could never get it by yourself. All right. A mentor to me is someone who, boys, who can literally give you the hope that you've never had in yourself. I remember my first mentor, he sat me down and he was like, "What is it that you want, and why are you going down this road?" And at the first 5 minutes, I just literally couldn't answer him. I didn't truly know what I wanted, and he sat me down and he wouldn't let me leave until I got very, very clear on what it is that I wanted out of my life. And my purpose in my life was to get healthy, get strong, and then help other people do the same. And I came away from that first mentor, and he let me know, and he helped me by giving me a roadmap to success. And that from there built on, and it allowed me to then go ahead and transform multiple lives. So without hiring or looking into a mentor or someone who'd gone down a similar path to me, I would have never ever been able to achieve what I've achieved so far and catapult my life to success. And you will become like the top five, six person that you hang around with. So if you're hanging around with winners and people who want to achieve more in life, and you find that you surround yourself by them, you will then look at and be the next person who is doing the same thing that they are. If you're hanging around with people who are doing drugs, you're hanging around with people who don't have your best interest, you will end up becoming just like them. And that is exactly where you don't want to be if you want to improve and get better in life. This is the exciting part. This is the bit where another area that changed my life, boys, yeah, is looking at and imagining the life that I would love to live. So let's think about it. In 5 years, if you could write down, if money wasn't an issue, what you wanted for the next 5 years, what would it actually look like? What would your life look? Would you be traveling the world? Would you be going to exotic locations? Would you be driving the best cars? Would you be in the best shape of your life? Would people respect you? I want you to take a minute and write down every single thing that you can that you would absolutely love to happen into your life, because manifesting these things that you truly desire can be achieved, but you have to start getting clear and writing them down. All right. My biggest struggle, I just couldn't see at the start in my mind how I could get in shape, how I could look have more muscle and look stronger and be more attractive. All right. But I had to sit down and think to myself, like, what is it do I truly want, and what is it that I respect and I admire? And I started to write down my love list or my dream list. And what this list is a compounding things of that you want to achieve in your life. And don't worry about restrictions. Don't worry about what it is that you can't achieve or what's not possible. It doesn't matter. Put no restrictions on yourself and write down everything that you think that you want out of your life. Okay, you've probably never done it before, and if you have, do it again and refine it. Okay, so write down everything that you desire in the next 5 years. Yeah, the more you think big and you think outside the box, the more that it will come into fruition. Yeah, it will come into your reality. Yeah, so many people think so small, whether it's your friends and your family. You can't do that, Kyle. There's no way you can do that. It's impossible. These type of people think so small. They never reflect on what it is that they could do if they thought outside the box. From this moment forth, we're going to think different. We're going to think bigger. We're going to think a little bit more open about what it is we can truly achieve. Yeah, you need to scare yourself, because if you don't scare yourself and think to you, like, if in the next 10 years I'm doing the same things now, where am I going to end up? All right, what type of person am I going to be if I do not change right now? If I don't start thinking about some of the stuff that I need to do and I stay where I am, where am I going to be in 10 years? And hopefully that gives you the kick up the arse, and it scares you and it lets you know that you want to change. All right. And then think to yourself how you can inspire. What sort of man do you want to be when you're 10 years from now? How do you want other people to look at you? Have you worked towards your dreams? Yeah, because it is more than possible. It comes down to a choice. If you're feeling like you're frustrated and you're stuck and you're procrastinating on your life, there's a reason for it, and there's a reason that can be easily changed if you make the necessary steps to move forward. Big thing about now is thinking ahead. All right, this is what millionaires do. This is what successful people do. Is being able to think ahead, and it starts the night before. All right, so it's looking at the top three things that you want to achieve in the morning throughout the day. So what I love to do in the morning is I have a routine where I will wake up and I will do 30 minutes of gratitude and journaling each morning. So instead of jumping straight onto the phone and looking at everyone else's life and going on social media and going on Instagram and checking DMs and all that and downloading that data into your brain, it's better to sit down and journal out everything you're grateful for and read information that's going to help and inspire you. All right. Once we've done that, we'll go out for a 20, 30-minute walk and set the day, set the intention of what you're actually doing. So we're constantly thinking ahead of what it is that we want to achieve. And by doing that, boys, it gives you an example of how your day and structure can look if you just think ahead the night before. All right. And a non negotiable is exercising, whether it's getting to the gym and doing your training, resistance training, okay, or it's hitting the cardio or getting your steps in. You exercising every day is an essential piece of becoming a better human being, and it mustn't be missed, because if you don't exercise for the day, you instantly feel a lot shitter about yourself, and it brings on a daily habit of becoming more lazy. And to be better, you cannot be lazy. Yeah. So set the intention for the day and set out your big three things that you want to achieve and why you want to achieve them. Set goals that are going to help you move forward and help you push towards becoming a better person. I can't express how powerful this little simple exercise is when you do it correctly and you do it in a way that's mannered and that's routine. Now we're going to do what most people don't do. Yeah, it is reading and studying. Okay, imagine if you're putting 8 to 12 hours of time into someone else's company, right, and you're putting all that time and effort into them, but you never ever study or read or learn about yourself. Okay, and this is where most people go wrong, and this is the blueprint to your success. So you will never meet millionaires and billionaires and successful people for the most part, all right? But you can invest into books and autobiographies by people who have done exactly what you want to achieve for a fraction, a small price of the cost of buying a book, okay? So buying books and reading, especially first thing in the morning, has helped me massively to becoming a better person, all right? So books are essential key of how it's helped me move forward in my life. And some of the ones I would recommend, number one by far, is A Breakthrough Experience by John D. Martini. And what this does is it helps you get clear on what it is that you value in life, and it allows you to look at your love list. Now, this is a list of what you would love your life to look like, okay? Not what you think it should look like, but how you would love your life to look on a day-to-day. Now, whether that's living from a laptop and living a dream lifestyle of working 4 or 5 hours per week, whether it's being inside and doing a 12-hour work day, all right, whatever inspires you, this book gets you very, very clear, and it helps you understand that to embrace challenges and embrace failure, because that helps you build to become a better person. All right. Rich Dad Poor Dad is another book that gives you a good perspective on a poor mindset and a rich mindset. There's a stark difference between people who are really rich and people who are very, very poor. And it all comes down to the mindset and the people who think that way. All right. This book gives you a great insight of what people are thinking around money. Okay. So Think and Grow Rich is the next book that I'm going to recommend. And this book was, I think, written in like the 1920s, so like near enough 100 years ago. But some of the information that is in that book still stands today, and it goes into detail about your thoughts are actual things. And if you can get your thoughts right, you can literally think your way into growing rich and setting yourself up with the blueprint in your mind to help you start to bring in the money that you want and desire. All right, so it's another great book, and it gives you some tools to help you go through that. It's like a full manual, to be honest with you. So this can help you massively. And another book, a huge, huge book that needs to be said, is Atomic Habits by James Clear, and it states about how the little things that you do every single day, the small little things like getting up on time, going to the gym, eating the right foods, getting to bed on time, not drinking for a sustained, heavy drinking for a sustained long period of time. These little things that you do every single day will compound over and over again. And I remember one thing it said, well, if a plane sets off up into the sky and it's 1 degree to the left or right, over the course of hours and hours, that 1 degree is going to turn into a massive, massive difference just by 1 degree. So if you're getting that one habit right every single day, that can catapult you into an absolutely different world. And I am a prime example from being skinny, lost, broke, not understanding my purpose, to now being in a place where I'm helping people get stronger, fitter, more mentally capable, and giving everyone the tools that they need to push forward in life. That is by having my habits right. I've got to look back in gratitude and like how far that I have come in such a short space of time. And I've given you some of the small tools that I think that you will need to be able to move forward in your life. And if you do them exercises and you read them books, you will be in a lot better position moving forward with what you need to do. All right. So I've got to just sit here with complete gratitude that I can give you this video and just be able to help you as much as possible moving forward. I want to help the people who are stuck with knowing you have more potential and know that you want more from your life, but you're just stuck on not knowing how to do it, okay? Because there's a way that people have gone before you who are now in a lot better position a year after, okay? So down below, I've linked a free course that I've created, which is basically creating and crafting your vision that you love to, what type of life that you would love. And by doing that and going through this free course, it will give you all the tools and insights that you need to start creating a life that you want, okay? Also, I've linked in a free WhatsApp group, boys. So that's going to get like-minded people that feel like you into this group where you can chat and go back and forth. And then it's going to allow you to be also, be a part of a community or tribe that you feel like you belong to, all right? My Instagram is down below, Kyle Mangan Coaching, and I help people with untapped potential gain a lean physique, build muscle, and become into the best shape of life and take them to photo shoot level. All right. I hope nothing but the best for you is still watching this video, because that means that you want more from your life. Okay. And you do have the potential to get exactly where you want to be with the right mindset and the right plan ahead. Okay. So if you need anything from me, my Instagram is below, and you can also comment on the video if you found it helpful. Okay, boys, I am going. Have a good one. Be brave, stay strong, keep rafting away in this crazy world, and you can get exactly where you want to be. Till the next one.